Hi, my lovelies. So, whenever I give you beans, I give you rice, and I give you this coconut powder, what will you be preparing for me? Let me walk you through the ingredients I will be using. I just showed you beans, the rice, and here is parsley, here's basil, here's sesame powder, and then next we have our cumin powder, and next is our crayfish powder, and we also have our garlic powder and ginger powder. We also have our dried pepper, then our salt and our seasoning cubes. So I'm going to put all the ingredients in the caption. So we're also going to be using smoked fish. We're using Tatashe and Habanero. Then we're also going to be needing our onions and scent leaf for that unique taste. Then next we're going to be using thyme. Yes, I'll be using thyme for this, and our main guy, Emma coconut powder. So in a boiling pot of water, you just add your beans, then you add onions and cover that and allow it to cook. So that onions will enable the beans to boil quick. Then you leave that to boil for about 20 minutes. This is me testing the beans to check whether it's soft enough to enable it to cook even further. So you're not going to make that beans to boil too much, okay? Because it's still going to undergo a cooking process. So you just pour that out. Note, you're not draining it out, you're just pouring it out because we'll still use the water later. Then in my hot pot, I added my oil, my onions, and now I'm putting my thyme. And here is where I add my sesame powder and cumin powder. So I'm just going to mix that and allow to saute for like 3 to 5 minutes on low heat. Please, we're going to be using low heat. Then I added my basil and my parsley, and then I mixed that, and next I added my rice into the pot. Then I also mixed that to allow the ingredients to go into the rice. So after I mixed that for about 3 to 5 minutes also, then I added my coconut coconut powder. I mixed it with water, and then I added it into my rice, just as you're seeing right now. So I used the water from the beans to like mix up, and then I just stirred that and allowed it to mix properly. Then here's where I'm adding my pepper, my seasoning, my no seasoning cube. Then I added the remaining ingredients and I just stirred that. And after you finish stirring for some time to allow the ingredients to mix properly, then you cover and allow to cook. So you allow that to cook for say 20 to 30 minutes. And when you check and the rice is a bit soft, you can add your smoked fish and onions just as I did. Then you cover that and allow to cook for about 5 minutes. Then I added my remaining onions. I love adding onions towards the end of my meal. So I just allowed that and allowed it. I covered that and allowed it to cook for just few minutes. Then I stirred that, and this is me serving. So at this point, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I just wanted to plate it really nicely, just as you're seeing here, and so that I'll give you something to eat as usual. So enjoy. Bye.